Well, I'm officially late to this topic. I guess you guys can't call me CanadianFlash anymore. Oh no, I'm serious, guys. Please do. I like being called CanadianFlash. Hey, but you know what they say, better late than never. And on that note, guys, Hytale has revealed some really interesting postcards this month that I'm sure most of you guys have seen before, but I guarantee that I'll mention something that you may have not noticed before. So that being said, everybody, my name is CanadianFlash, hopefully, and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, what is going on? CanadianFlash here, guys, and today, everybody, I'm going to be breaking down the 4 newest postcards from Orbis and the newest blog oh, never mind, we didn't get one of those blog posts. Cue the sad music. Alright, crying aside, if you guys are new here and you want to see more Hytale content like this from me, then please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. 69% of you guys are not subscribed. That's pretty nice. So I would say subscribe, but I don't even know if I want to ruin that glorious number. So, I mean, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't want to ruin the 69.6%, then you don't have to. But with that being said, let's take a look at all of these postcards that we have gotten from Hytale this month. The transition from temperature lowlands to the wintry north is gentle at first, but harsher climes await. This is the first image that we got in the month of March, and it is not one of the greatest postcards that we've ever gotten before, but it still is a good one. And if it's anything with Zone 3, you guys know I like Zone 3, so I obviously like this one because Zone 3 is my favorite zone. There's quite a bit to take out of this screenshot, so I'm gonna just break it down just in a quite in-depth breakdown, because there's some things that you guys may have seen, some things that you have not have seen, but honestly I do think there is quite a few things that maybe you haven't seen. So let's take a look at this first one. So obviously the first thing that you pretty much notice is this beautiful landscape in Zone 3. You can see those like firefly glowing yellow things that are in the zone. Once again, don't know what they are. I think they're fireflies, but people think they're just random like floating orbs or whatever. I don't know, but they're really cool. They really add a lot of aesthetic to the lands. Also, you can see that owl just floating off into the distance over there. He or she is flying. Once again, say this in every video, the water in Hytale looks absolutely beautiful, and man, those little reeds kind of around it look really cool. I don't know if we've seen them before. I think we have, but if we have, let me know. I'm not sure if we have, to be honest. A big talking point in this image was what is on the right. And to me, this does not look like an Outlander's camp, and it doesn't look like a human settlement. There's also something in the back that I'll talk about a little bit later, but this does look like a fawn camp, or maybe some sort of fawn camp. Maybe it's like a fawn outpost or something like that. The architecture looks different than what an Outlander camp would look like, and I do believe that this is a fawn camp, but we're not really too sure. We haven't got any confirmation on that. Also, in this image, there is another sort of like outpost camp thing in Zone 3, and it looks kind of like a Torque camp, but it's not. I do believe that it is a fawn camp, and I think if you do zoom in quite a bit, you can actually see a fawn, which is really exciting. I think this is the first time that we have seen a fawn, and I am very excited. I'm going to screenshot this on my phone because I'm looking at this on my phone right now, but the fawn looks really cool. You can kind of see the wooden mask and the antlers that it has, which make it represent the fawn. So I do believe this is the first time we've actually seen a fawn and got full confirmation that they are going to be in Zone 3, which is super awesome to see. Also, I like to say the trees, the sunset look amazing in this image. Now we're going to move on to the next one, and it says, these crumbling halls have been reclaimed, first by nature and then by a band of tenacious scavengers. This one, I think, is probably my favorite blog post, or my favorite postcard that we've gotten during this month. This one is really exciting, and I cannot wait to battle one of these like Goblin outposts or Goblin little camp things in Hytale. So I'm pretty sure the main talking point in this postcard was that sword magic that this guy's doing. We don't know why this is happening, or what causes the sword to, you know, glow with this yellow, but there are a few theories out there. Some of them are that this is like a blocking animation, and when the bomb, like, you know, hits off the guy's sword, it makes that animation, which could be possible. And then, you know, the little sparks are from the little like tick thing of the bomb. That could be possible. Maybe he's casting a spell to maybe throw at the goblin through the sword, maybe he's charging up a critical attack. We don't really know what is really happening with this, but I'm really intrigued. I personally think it is some sort of like blocking slash charge animation. I'm not really too sure which one, but I still think it looks really awesome. I like to say the goblin also looks really cool. He's got something in his mouth. I'm not sure if that's the goblin's tongue or something, or it just could be he's biting something, who knows. You can see that he has a whole bunch of bombs in his back. It looks like he's got 3, and then he's got 1 in his hand, which look really cool. Also, the little spikes that are sticking out of these blocks look awesome. We've seen like really thick spikes. There's one on the top, and then there's also these like really small thin spikes. I don't know what they're attempting to keep out. Maybe they're attempting to keep out the players, maybe they're attempting to keep out the torques or something, but either way, this screenshot looks really cool. Also, one thing that a lot of people have pointed out was this in-depth blurring that you can see, and I think Noxy or some other staff member tweeted it out, and they said that this is all just with your render distance and everything. This isn't like blurring, and there's no effects in the Photoshop that they may have used to do anything. It's actually all in Hytale, which looks awesome. And you can see those trees blurred out in the background, which look really cool. Also, Rodan, he is a Hytale dev. He did say, he's probably one of the best devs. I love this guy. He's so cool. He did say that it looks even better in person, which could potentially hint at a combat blog post coming up very soon, which is really exciting. Combat is one of my most anticipated aspects of Hytale that I want to see, and if we can get a combat update or a combat blog post, I will be so happy. You'll see a little happy flash running around, you know? That'll be so cool. The next postcard says the defense of Orbis is a task that falls to conquerors and makers alike. And this one, not one of the greatest postcards we've ever seen, but the one before that was really good, and the one after this was also really good. So it makes up for it. So this one is just a player walking up to another player inside of a castle, and there is a lot to take out of this image. First, the foliage, once again, looks awesome. I love how everything looks in Hytale. Second, there is something in this tree over here. Not sure what it is. Maybe it's a butterfly. Maybe it's a pine cone. Who knows? But a lot of people notice that this sword and shield are completely brand new. But I would say the sword is new. Or no, not the sword. The shield is new. It looks like it's coming from that god weapon set or whatever. But then we've seen that sword before. And that sword comes from a screenshot with a skeleton. I'll put it on the screen right now that you guys can see. So we have seen this sword before, but this is a newer version that looks like of the sword, which looks really cool. Also, the player customization also looks a lot it looks like they got a small revamp, and not a big revamp, just a very small touch-ups. Maybe there's some more shading and all. Maybe there's some more shading and everything, but it looks really cool. Also, that girl's pink hair, I really like it. I think it looks really texturized well. It looks really good. And a lot of people were pointing out that all of these blocks, all these burgundy, or not burgundy, all of these light brown blocks are from the same actual stone or whatever type of material. There's pillars, there is slabs, there's half slabs, there's slope slabs. There's pretty much everything. There's smooth versions of it. There's half, you know. There's a lot that you can do with all of these blocks, and maybe there's a way to actually carve them out with a stone cutter or something like we have in Minecraft, or maybe you can just craft them, who knows. But it's really cool, and this house looks awesome. Definitely can't wait to build in Hytale because, you know, it looks fantastic. And I've never been a builder type myself, but if you can make builds look like this, then I might have to start getting into it. Last but not least, the tunnel opens out to reveal a ramshackled settlement, and a scrambling horde rushes to repel the interpolar. Should have just said intruder. That would have sounded cooler in my opinion, but whatever. This blog, I keep saying blog post because I want a blog post, but this screenshot and postcard looks absolutely amazing. I do believe that this is actually part of the Goblin Den that we saw a little bit earlier. The player is wielding the same? Actually, I'm gonna take a look at this. The player isn't, it looks maybe like the player's wielding the same type of gear. Don't really know. And maybe he's upgraded to wood armor, who knows. But yeah, this screenshot looks phenomenal. There's so much to look at, honestly. This giant glowing mossy lantern, which is really cool. And there's a few questions that a lot of people have, why is the ground glowing in that water over there? We don't see any sort of light source. Maybe there are. My theory is that there's maybe some of those glowy mushrooms down there, but we don't know. Also, there are 3 goblins that we can look at. There's one dude in the left or the bottom right corner, contemplating life over there, which is cool. There's this guy, he's kind of just running with his creepy glowy eyes. And then there's another guy just jumping off a cliff. I guess he decided to end it all, but you know what, he had a lot to live for. And then there's another guy just kind of on the top over there, he's looking at some barrels and stuff. And then we have the player over here walking in with a torch. I don't think he knows what he's getting into because there's like, it's going to be a 4-on-1 and he's just got a little sword and wood armor. So he probably is going to die, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Also, some more things to look at in this screenshot are all these like pots and stuff, you know. Hopefully they have a really nice animation sound. I was talking to, what's his name? Xander Hall on Twitter, and he was saying hopefully they do have a nice animation sound. Some of them look very cracked already, so I would expect them to be very breakable, and I cannot wait to break them all, which is really cool. Also, we've seen these before, but I do like the look of the chains in Hytale. I think they look awesome. So guys, that is all the postcards for this month, but there is one more thing that I'd like to say. The British look-alike long-lost brother of Swervy, Tommy Innit, actually made a video. He made a video like a couple years ago, and it says this video released in like 2 years or something like that. And he actually does mention Hytale in that video, which is really cool. He says he hopes the game is out by now, and that is fantastic. So I do think that Tommy Innit's probably gonna play Hytale, which will be really cool. Maybe all his millions of followers will come into the game, and maybe some of them have already re-looked at Hytale because of him, which is really cool. Hopefully we can get a lot more big creators back into Hytale and, you know, get the hype going again, because that's really what the game needs right now. Maybe once they release a trailer it'll happen, or who knows, whatever. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you like this new kind of way of a more comedic way to edit, then let me know in the comments down below. I'm trying my best. I'm not the greatest at writing comedy. It kind of just happens when I'm, you know, speaking randomly. So yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also, become a member if you'd like. It's super easy and it's very cheap. It's like, what, $5, not even. So yeah, with all that being said, everybody, my name is CanadianFlash, and I hope you all enjoyed, and have a great day.